Our 5th ranked prospect, Jeffery Simmons, Mississippi State defensive lineman.
He played all over the line
Yeah.
at Mississippi State. You think his optimal position is 3-4 nose tackle.
Mm-hmm.
I like him at the 4-3 technique, but he's versatile enough to do both. I think he's quick and powerful, not unlike Quentin Williams from Alabama.
It's a little different.
I think they're about the same.
Ooh, wow. You think they're the same?
About the same.
Okay.
Simmons' ability to penetrate through gaps and make a play, slashing downhill to catch backs on the outside zone schemes. I think it's agility. His agility really stands out to me. He could penetrate and run to the edge. There's a lot of outside zones, a lot of offenses that run outside zones in the NFL, and he could get to that perimeter really fast for such a big guy.
Simmons is the type of player you can build your defense around. Another player you can build your defense around. A guy who destroys the line of scrimmage. A guy who, like you stated earlier, played all over the line of scrimmage at Mississippi State, 3-4, 4-3, and nose tackle. A guy who is walking offensive linemen back into the backfield, double teams, triple teams, high motor guy who's chasing plays down. You spoke about it, agility, lateral movement along the line of scrimmage. I got here in my notes where he started on the outside shoulder of the right guard, worked his way all the way to the outside shoulder of the center. A guy that big, that strong, you think, oh, he's stiff, he can't move that quick, he can't use that lateral movement. Nah, this is not Simmons. I think he made players at Mississippi State. The guys around him, the guys behind him, the guys beside him. We'll talk about another guy.
Sweat.
Yeah. Should have been a little bit more productive with a guy with Jeffery Simmons on the same team.
Yeah, Sweat was pretty productive.
And more productive. More productive. That's how much I like Jeffery Simmons. You know, he tore his ACL. Unfortunately, it happens every year. He just happens to be that guy that got it. And a lot of people right now are probably screaming, yo, man, how do you have him this high on your board? Because I don't really care that he tore it. And whoever gets him, obviously, he probably won't be drafted in the first round unless someone has multiple picks and is willing to do that. He's going to be a steal because he's coming back. And as far as I'm concerned, the ACL tear is like getting stitches. The doctors have figured it out, and they're going to get a steal.
Yeah, man, his hands stood out to me also. Very timely, very aggressive. He knows how to disengage. Heavy hands. His specialty is that swim move, man. I've seen him use that move time after time. He disrupted it and just blew up offensive game plans, man. And a player like that is just essential to have. We see the guys like Aaron Donald, the Dominican Sue. We see those guys at the Super Bowl just control the line of scrimmage, man. So a guy like Jeffery Simmons could do that also.
And a guy that big, you would think, he's got to have a bull rush. Yeah, he got that. Converts that speed to power. Walking people back in, I've said it before, walking offensive linemen back into the backfield, blowing up plays, pushing the quarterback off his spot. Again, I'm gonna say it one more time. This is a guy you can build your defense around. So this is a main cog guy.
No, I agree, man. If we talk about some of the weaknesses, before he got to college, he had a domestic dispute. So teams, might want to check his off the field issues. But since he's been at college, no real issues there. But on the field, I think his leverage is a bit inconsistent. Sometimes he gets off the ball too high and he could get handled.
Bro, I got that.
That's what you got.
I got that right here, yeah.
We saw the same thing then. But when he gets off the ball with a good leverage, it's over. The play is over, man. He's strong. He could work his way through contact all the way to the backfield. I'm
gonna combat that a little bit. I'm gonna give him an excuse. I'm gonna say that. Yeah, I'm gonna give him an excuse. I'm gonna say that sometimes when you're the best player on the field, and I've beat this guy 1,600 times, I think to myself, I can. I'm just gonna try this right here. I'm gonna pop up real quick and I'm gonna try to push him back. Obviously low man wins, leverage, gotta have it. And in the league, he might get embarrassed a couple of times and then that changes. Hopefully it happens in practice, so he doesn't bring that to the game. But I would agree, and I don't think that he'll ever be the type of player that's gonna have double-digit sacks. He's just gonna be the guy that that everyone's gonna love because he's the guy that's the main cog. If he's not on the field, that defense might struggle that week.
Yeah, because he does against the run and the pass.
Yep.
I agree.
The best defensive tackle coming out last year was Vita Vea. This is a guy who, like Simmons, double, triple teams, didn't matter. You could tell that he was the best defensive lineman that Washington had. And as I'm reading my notes, looking through my notes and reminiscing to the game tape, I'm kind of wondering, like, okay, well, who's the better guy here? I'm going to have to go with Simmons. One, he's playing in the SEC against better opponents week to week. And two, I just like him better. CPGM Juice asked, he said, hey, who would you take? Who's the better prospect? He is a little bit quicker off the snap. I think he gives you a little bit more in the pass rush department, but it's not something that's crazy. But it's enough for me to put him over Vita there.
So interestingly enough, you compare Villa and Simmons. Both of them were number 5 prospects on our top 50 from last year to this year. So, even comparison there. And, you brought up a point about his quick twitch, his snap reaction, how he gets that jump off to the snap. And that's why I like him better at a 3 technique. I know you like him at the nose, but just his quickness off the... I think his calling card is at a 3 technique.
I think his optimal, his best position, again, I'm going to go back to it because I like a player that can make everyone around them better. And I think him playing the nose tackle or defensive end in a 3-4, to me, is his optimal position because he's making everyone around him better. He's quick to a point, converting that speed into power. That's how I'll equate that.
I get your point. He could free up linebackers in space because he's strong also. So there you have it. That's our number 5 prospect on our top 50. Jeffery Simmons, D tackle,